everyone, it's Chloe from Papercraft Menagerie and we're doing part 3 of the Botanical Lapbook. So we finished the journal and created the lapbook base last week. So this week we are going to try and complete as many of the hardcover pages, and then we'll finish them, and then we'll work on the kind of the middle pages that I'm going to put in there, and our little secret attachment, which I'm sure a lot of you can guess if you've watched Nick the Booksmith's videos. So I'm going to start with this one, and I think what I'm going to put on that will be a little gusseted, I think that's the word. It doesn't quite sound right. Gusseted file folder with another similar attachment to this clasp. So let's get started. I'm just going to use file folder for this project. So this first piece has to be 14.5 by 29.5. Before we fold it, I'm just going to stamp the front. Now that it's stamped, let's fold it. So this is going to be the top part. The first fold will be at 11 centimeters, and then again at 13. This first fold will be at 2.5 centimeters. The next one will be 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, and 6.5. And then we're going to turn it around and do the same thing. And then we are going to cut along this line and at an angle on this line. And the same on the other side. And then this bottom piece gets folded up like that, and the side ones you fold the top one over and then flip it over, fold the next one over, flip it back, fold the next one over, flip it back, fold the next one over, and then flip it back and fold the final one. And exactly the same on the other side. And then that does our accordion folder. So it will end up gluing on the back of the page like that, and gives it a nice big opening. I'm just going to glue the back flap onto the side flaps. To give this extra stability, I'm just going to glue a back on. We'll cut a piece that's 15 by 10.5. Before we glue that on, we're just going to ink it and make the top flap. Also, while I'm inking, and before I forget, we're going to ink the outside of this book. Now that the book is all inked up, we will make the flap. This piece is going to be 34 by 16. Before we fold it, we're also going to stamp this. This is the top of the piece. It's going to be folded at 15 and 16. This piece is going to be glued on first with the bottom piece over the top, and then we will create a closure as well before we glue it down, but I want to decorate this side first. First, I'm just going to do some stamping along here. I'm just going to sew around the photo. So that is the first project complete. It's just got a little clasp with a dangly, decorated front cover, and then it's just the stamped inside. And it opens up, so it's a very large storage pocket. So let's move on to the next page. For this next project, I'm going to create a kind of flip out. So I'm going to use the folder again, but I am going to get a brown one. So this first piece is going to be 15 by 24.5. And then I'm just going to fold it at 2.5. I am going to ink it. I've got out my file folder template. It's just a little bit too big, but that won't matter as long as I cut the paper to the right size, because I can just trim the corners. And I'm going to make 3 of these. Okay, I have my 3 sheets. I'm just going to cut them to the correct width. And now I'm just going to mark the tab and the dip and hand cut it. And now we're just going to ink the folders. I'm just going to stamp some lettering on the tabs. I want to sew this on to attach it to the page, but I also want to sew a pocket onto this side at the same time. So I've got a little bit more of the paper that we made for the first project. And I am just going to do, I think, a torn pocket. So now I'm just going to sew around here. Now that is sewn on and we have 6 pockets here. And then 1 pocket at the back. I am just going to do some stenciling on here. Now I'm finished that stenciling, I'm going to put glue on here and glue it onto the book. Now that it's glued in, I'm just going to put some decorations on the front and on the back. that's the decorations of the little flip out. And that's all I have time for today. Thanks guys, bye.